you ever been so angry, so betrayed, that you wanted to do something completely wild? Well, let me tell you about a man named Samson, whose idea of revenge involved 300 foxes and a whole lot of fire. This isn't a fable. It's one of the most intense stories you'll ever hear. So picture this. Samson, this incredibly strong hero, is on his way to visit his wife. He's probably feeling pretty good, ready for a happy reunion. But when he gets there, his father-in-law drops a bombshell. He says, "Sorry, Samson. I thought you didn't want her anymore, so I gave her to your best man." Can you imagine the shock? The betrayal? Samson had just gone through this whole dramatic riddle fiasco at their wedding, and now this. Any normal person might yell, maybe break something. But Samson, his mind went somewhere else entirely. Wasn't just angry at his father-in-law. He was furious with the entire Philistine community who had manipulated the situation from the start. He decided they all needed to pay, and he hatched a plan that was as brilliant as it was destructive. Samson went out and caught 300 foxes. Let's just pause on that for a second. Catching one fox is hard enough. Catching 300, that alone shows you the level of his determination. He then took these foxes and tied them together in pairs, tail to tail. This is where it gets truly insane. In between each pair of tails, he fastened a torch. With his furry, four-legged fire starters ready, Samson waited for the right moment. He then lit the torches and released the terrified foxes into the fields of the Philistines. It was harvest time, the absolute worst time for a fire. The panicked animals ran wildly through the grain fields, the vineyards, and the precious olive groves. Everything was dry and ready to burn. The result was total devastation. The fire spread uncontrollably, consuming the Philistines' entire food supply and their economic livelihood. Their stacks of harvested grain, the standing crops still in the field, the vines that produced their wine, and the ancient olive trees that gave them oil went up in smoke. In one single act, Samson had crippled their entire region. He didn't just get revenge. He delivered a massive economic and agricultural blow. You can imagine the Philistines' reaction when they saw their livelihoods turn to ash. They were furious and demanded to know who was responsible. When they found out it was Samson, and why he did it because his father-in-law gave his wife away, they decided to solve the problem at its source. But their solution was brutal and horrifying. They went to the house of Samson's wife and her father and burned them both to death. They thought this would appease Samson, or at least end the cycle of violence. They were wrong. When Samson heard what they had done, his grief and rage reached a whole new level. He had started this to avenge his own betrayal, but now the woman he loved and her father were dead because of it. He declared to the Philistines, "Since you've acted like this, I swear I won't stop until I've taken my revenge on you." And he was a man of his word. Samson launched another brutal attack, striking back with immense force. The story says he slaughtered many of them, a testament to his raw power and fury. After this bloody counterattack, knowing he was now the most wanted man in Philistia, Samson went into hiding. He found refuge in a remote cave at a place called the Rock of Etam, waiting for the inevitable next chapter in this violent saga. This story shows how one act of betrayal can spiral into a devastating cycle of revenge, where everyone loses something precious. It's a powerful reminder of the destructive nature of vengeance. Thanks for watching and diving into this incredible story with me. If you found this as fascinating as I did, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next video. See you next time.